George, you're a prop forward at Castleford Tigers, but you're also a children's author. Tell me a bit more about how that came about.
Yeah, so one night about 18 months ago now, I was just reading to my little girl, and I'm quite spontaneous in my thought process, I suppose, and I just thought I could give this a go and come downstairs and yeah, just started to jot a few bits down and managed to get a book published.
There's a lot in that statement. So you jotted some ideas down because you wanted to create a story for your daughter. Yeah. What was that like as a creative process?
To be honest, it's after talking to people, it come relatively quick to me. I just started, I got a bit of momentum with it. I sort of had a basis of what I wanted the story to be about. I heard a quote when I was young, sort of, don't judge a fish on his ability to climb a tree, because in the water he's the master. And that's always sort of resonated with me, so I just sort of stuck to that and tried to build a story around it. Yeah, like I say, just started to write a few bits down, and I got some momentum with it, and it started to take shape pretty quickly. And yeah, just once I got the sort of repetitive lines in order and what I wanted to write about it, it was only maybe 2 nights it took me over the course of a few hours.
I come across players all the time with some really great ideas, and they've got some good plans, but they never actually get to the end of that because they don't take the right steps, or they succumb to their own negative beliefs and their negative thoughts. I'll never be able to, I'm not good enough to do that.
Yeah.
How do you get beyond that?
I think, to be honest, I never really thought of it as trying to make money or something to transition, into after rugby league. I honestly just wanted to sort of have a book to pass down to my daughters, and it was quite hard. They're only young; they're 3 and 1, so it was quite hard to just read off a page, and so I needed a book really. So I just thought, why not give it a go? And I knew heading into it, I was probably going to get some stick somewhere along the line. A professional rugby player writing a children's book, it doesn't really happen. So I was prepared with that. I'm not really fussed about other people's opinions. So yeah, I went for it, and we managed to get it published. And Beretta, who played here a couple of years ago, he actually done the illustration. So it's crazy that I wrote the book and he obviously illustrates it, and for them 2 people to come together at the same club but both be rugby players is pretty outstanding, I think.
What was the process next? So you've written a book, you've got some illustrations done by Beretta, and then you find a publisher?
Yeah, so I had a look around myself, and it's an absolute minefield out there, especially for first-time sort of authors. And I actually approached our welfare manager, Keith, and he knew, he went through Rugby League Cares and managed to find us a publisher in Phil Kaplan. So he owns his own publishing agents, and then I sent him the book, and it was a bit back and forth with what we want to keep and what we want to add, and then we come up with a finished article. And yeah, we never really looked back really. It's done well, and I've actually managed to write another one now, and hopefully that's coming out the back end of this year.
You say it's done well. You're in bookshops in the north of England or across the UK?
Yeah. So it's actually, you can order my book obviously on Amazon and the website, but it's actually seen it in WH Smith and Waterstones, and which is crazy. I think that they're even selling it in Spain and at some points, but which is mad. I still have to pinch myself a little bit to actually see that it's doing that well. But yeah, like I said, I'm just enjoying it at the minute and see what can come of it.
So it's a totally different approach to being a rugby league player. It's totally different. It's out there. It's probably not something anybody would identify you with. Like I say, you did it for your daughter. If somebody else had an idea about doing something that seems a little bit out of the norm and a little bit off the normal track, what advice would you give to them?
I think just go for it. Honestly, just go for it. If you can, there's obviously risk to reward element, but if you think you can do something, you can benefit off it, and you can make something go well, then I think just do it. Why not? The thing is that we're all rugby players, but we're all people, and we've all got different interests. Same as anyone that works in any other sort of line of work. Some like golf. I know lads that love golf, which is obviously pretty generic, but there's lads that like classical music, there's lads that like painting. I know all these people. So, if you're not afraid to do it, just go for it, and yeah, make the best of it.
And more importantly, the 2 biggest critics of the book, your 2 daughters, how did they find it?
Yeah, they love it. It's well, when it come out, my youngest was still too young to sort of get hold of it, and Nelly absolutely loved it. She loves the animals and stuff. She's at an age where now she's sort of starting to read it and understand it. And Willow, my youngest, she's actually going to the bookshelf now and picking it off the shelf all the time. And she's still that little bit young to sort of understand it, but she loves the drawings and the illustrations and the rhyming bit of it. So yeah, I just love it, mate. I can't really ask for more than what they're giving me at the minute.
Fantastic. And you said you've got the second book in the can. Is it coming out? Is
Yeah,
there a title?
Yeah, well, do you know what, mate? Actually, I'm struggling on the title at the minute. I've sent the book across. It's this one's more about like the impact like a mentor can have on someone. So that's either a teacher, dad, or, parent, coach, or older sibling, anything like that. I think what I've gone with the impact a mentor can have on an individual, and being able to take constructive criticism and use it and then get better with it. There's a few messages within it again, but yeah, hopefully it's out back end of this year. It's all been approved and getting drawn up now.
Sounds like a great stocking filler.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. Hopefully get that Christmas rush and can get a few out there for Christmas.